The Dead Slinger and the Huntress, king and queen of ranged attacks of Dead by Daylight. Now, most people have their own opinion of which of these two characters is stronger, and maybe you do too, but after today, that opinion might change. I wanted to find out really which one is stronger when they are pushed to their limits. And in order to do so, with the help of my friend Hens333, we got together some of the most insane players available. One incredible Slinger, one incredible Huntress against perhaps the best Survivor team in the world, Team Eternal, which is a consistent tournament winner week after week. These people are insane. And the quality of these matches is just out of this world. You will have my commentary, Hens's commentary, and one of these games, I'm telling you, is one of the most entertaining things I've seen in a very long time. Please sit back, get some popcorn, and enjoy. Time for round 1. This one took place in Blood Lodge, a very open map, and we also imposed heavy restrictions on both sides just to see what would happen. The first player to go was our Huntress, and she did an amazing job finding a survivor very early on. When she was closing the gap to that survivor, she got randomly hit by a massive head-on play, and this was followed by a very cheeky and well-timed firecracker that blinded her. This could have made some people lose their cool, but our Huntress continued to play very solid. She landed some nasty hatchets and got it down very early. This down also happened to be next to basement, and this was bad for the survivors. They had 3 gens next to basement. The Huntress had absolutely no reason to leave it because she is so good at camping. It was almost an impossible idea to get that person out. So at this point, both sides understood that this person would likely die in the basement. The Huntress, however, did not want to give up a single inch of territory, and she actually tried to snipe survivors across the map and succeeded. And survivors were in a bad spot, but they started to crank out the gens one after another. And at this point, it seemed like they actually had a really good chance to somehow make it into the endgame. And what happened next is just incredible. What do you think would happen at this point? Would the survivors win? Would the killer win? Would it be a tie? It's actually neither of these things. The survivors got DDoSed. Yep, I know it's surreal, but it's true. Back when we recorded this, DBD was under some kind of attack or vulnerability that made people's games crash, and it seems like some people were triggering it in some way. We don't really understand how it happened, but while me and Hens were streaming, the players in our lobby that we were not even a part of were one by one struck down, and the game went on to be a little bit exciting, but eventually everyone was dropped from the game. And we were very disappointed because this was a very exciting game that just got cut short. Now, in order to stay safe from such random cyber attacks, I did resort to having a GIF of a fat horse running around my screen, and it did the job for a while, but eventually even the horse wasn't enough to protect myself. So if you're looking for a lucky charm to stay safe in this turbulent times, may I instead recommend the sponsor of this video, this bad boys. Yep, believe it or not, we're actually sponsored by the official Dead by Daylight collection of vinyl figurines. This comes from the website U2s, which is a company that makes beautiful collectives. They have figurines, they have plushies, including some of your favorite TV shows, anime, content creators, and now also video games. And this particular collection, the DVD one, has 4 characters. On top of having this beautiful trickster, you can also find the Huntress, the Wraith, and that one survivor that doesn't get a lot of cosmetics. Whether you get 1 or 4 of them, they make for a great gift, and you can do whatever you want with them. You can take them out to the park, you can explore the world with them, or you can be a more normal person and just place them in your room since they'll tie it together quite nicely. Either way, if you want to get one before they sell out, you'll find the link in the description, so don't forget to send some love to the sponsor since they are supporting the channel big time. Anyway, back to our showcase. As you can imagine, me and Hens were pretty upset that we didn't get to do it that day, so we decided to postpone it, do it off stream, and take every possible precaution to make sure that we were not bothered. And luckily for us, things were very smooth, but not so luckily for our Huntress player. Her start of the game was nowhere near as good as in the previous attempt. Even though she found someone pretty early, survivors were very smart and dragged her to a corner of the map. And here, the Nia player, Dan, managed to loop her flawlessly for more than a minute. The lack of add-ons make it really difficult to get a survivor that loops this perfectly, and losing a minute this early on is catastrophically bad against a team this good. At this point, our Huntress knew perfectly well that camping would not be enough to secure a kill, so when the unhook happened, she instead decided to turn on to another player to try to secure more hook stages. It seems like our killer is not interested in securing the tunnel. Instead, now focusing on Meg, who has a very strong window to work with. Whoa, what a sharp move. Setup. Yeah, this is terrible. I'm very surprised. I'm very surprised.
A great shot, though. And she's running to the same tile. This is a very strong tile, but she's leaving it. Oh, now she's dead zoned. Oh, adrenaline!
Oh, no
Oh my
way!
god.
You're kidding.
That is so rough.
You're absolutely kidding.
So the one survivor with adrenaline was the one being chased. This is not random though. Obviously, the Meg is running into the Huntress because she has adrenaline, and now she's getting baited into a bad chase. I think we have a hedge offering a check.
Oh.
So that's why they're running around this. The Huntress is going to be in trouble.
Oh, a body block happens. But we are at 4 hatchets. Excellent play. No, that just hurts to see. That is so rough. That is so rough. Excellent play from the survivor who ends up getting a stun and blinds just to disorient and discombobulate our killer a bit.
2 hatchets. The doors just began opening.
No way out triggered a long time ago. It's probably just...
Oh, she faked that window.
Wow.
Meg is playing amazingly well. And now the door's open. She's running to it.
Oh, Meg changed clothes.
Oh my god, a head-on!
No way! Usage of head-on again! Funnily enough, we did see the similar situation repeat itself in our first edition of this, the one that had to be cancelled. And then, I'm not so sure it was a great play, but now, it might have just made this Huntress have 2 hook stages. If they manage to get out somehow. This is insane. This is actually insane.
They're too injured, can they manage?
I don't know, maybe some funny angle? Oh, that for the people could come and play.
It. Oh my god, amazing.
Oh no, that is 4 people
amazing
out.
Play.
Wow, wow, these people did so much with so little. Look at their perks, look at their items. And now it was time for a dead Slinger player to shine. And the survivors understood exactly how to play this early game. They knew fully well that his 1v1 is much stronger than the Huntress's and that they would not be able to stall him for a full minute like they did before. So instead, they took advantage of the fact that this killer is not as good at dealing with multiple survivors to play altruistic, and when one of them seemingly was about to go down, someone came in to take a hit for them. But this backfired because the killer actually did manage to get the down, and now we had a down very early on with at least one survivor wasting time, and it was a really comfortable position for the killer to be in. So much so that the rest of the survivors decided that it was way too risky to go for the first rescue and decided to let the first person hit stage 2. This person was now dead if they were caught. All the Slinger had to do was tunnel them out, and we would be looking at a very promising endgame where multiple kills were pretty much guaranteed. It's very puzzling to see that survivors are not running in for the rescue, but if these survivors do not rescue right away, they have a good reason to. They have hundreds of hours of experience, a really interesting pre-drop there to make sure a down doesn't happen too early, and for the people to make the person that is vulnerable and then on hook not go down on just one shot. That's fascinating. Missed shot from Slinger, unfortunately. Another pre-drop. Keep in mind that doing that just prevents even this killer from getting a... Oh, I think the survivor was very aware of that shot. They were not caught off guard by it at all. But yeah, as I was saying, these survivors have tons of experience. They understand what works, what doesn't work. And in their minds, it seemed like the better option was just to let the person hit second stage and do what you gotta do. Survivor not falling for that. Really not falling for that. Crazy stuff. Now, this person would be down if it wasn't for the people used by Meg. Which I love to see, honestly. She does have balanced landing, and I'm not sure she's used it. So with a bit of luck, we might just be able to... No, this is way too flat. I think the strategy right now, amazing aim. Amazing aim. Oh, damn it, all came down to that. I think the strategy now is to go down in a corner to the point where... Oh, never mind! An angel comes to help! Flashman goes thrown, even though it didn't seem to have a large impact on the pathing from our killer. And I honestly thought they would give up Claudette, but it seems like she was just escorted to a high enough place to use balance. Is that possible? Is it possible that that's what they're trying to do? Use balance? Oh, If that had hit, that would have been it. Hence, do we have you back?
Yes, I'm back. Wait, how did this happen? Okay, nice.
Okay, so a little recap. Our Claudette was on hook. For the people was used on her, and they have used a little bit of body blocking to keep her alive for this long, with presumably the last gen ready to go. What?
Oh my god.
That's nuts! And Meg could come with further people to help again. Oh my. Oh my. What is gonna happen? They have been running around this main building for so long, it's crazy. That Slinger aims, but just never has a clean chance to 100% secure that. A body block might happen. No, in fact, it seems like a tiny mistake was made. Now the body block does occur. Oh my god, good luck getting this. Oh no.
Are we gonna see a repeat? That is incredible.
I think it's looking like it. In fact, I'm starting to get really nervous every time he goes anywhere near a locker now. Because we do know that the Dwight, I believe, is the one that has a vault. Blood loss building up. I don't think you can do this. This Meg will sit right here. Oh. Gates are open. They are quite far from them, though. I'm pretty sure that even hooking the Dwight right now would result in a potential down, but not if someone comes and helps, for sure. Oh, this is so scary. I cannot.
Can they do it?
No, it is a repeat. It is a perfect repeat. Correct me if I'm wrong, but our Huntress also got 2 stages.
God. Yeah, it looks like it. That is crazy.
My goodness. What is happening? After watching these 2 insane matches back to back, it became pretty obvious that our killers would need some good add-ons to keep up with a team this strong. In the next rounds, we allowed them to use up to green rarity add-ons, which is a pretty big deal, especially for Huntress, and also send them to a much more manageable map, the Cold Tower. And at first, it looked like we would have a repeat of the previous games. The Huntress really struggled to get the first down since Survivors played the tiles extremely well, but eventually she picked up the pace. And the Dead Slinger, on the other hand, had a much more powerful start, but then lost a little bit of steam. In the end, both of them secure 5 hook stages, which is not ideal, but it's definitely pretty impressive against a team this good, and obviously an improvement over the previous 2 hook stages in the first round. It also seemed pretty clear at this point that we really had to let the beasts loose. So for the final round, we allowed them to bring anything they wanted and send them to the Dead Dog Saloon. So far, they have been fighting toe-to-toe. This time, no restrictions. Huntress decides to bring Iridescent Head Huntress, which is insta-down add-on, which also has the faster wind-up with the Babushka. Survivors this time are not restricted in any perks. As long as they're not duplicated, they can bring whatever. And they can also bring up to yellow items without being duplicated, which is pretty standard for a setting like this and very strong. Alright, it's only been a few seconds into the match, but something amazing is about to happen. Right about this moment, our Huntress notices a mech player jumping off from this platform into a very open area where they are very vulnerable. If you saw this in a public match, you'd probably just think she made a big mistake and that's it. So naturally, our Huntress decided to chase this mech since it seemed like an easy target that could potentially go down in just seconds. And after a bit of a back and forth, the mech did go down, but it was now revealed that this whole thing from the very beginning was a bait. A huge gambit from the Survivors that pretended to make a mistake to place Meg under this pallet. This is a very devious plan with essentially no counterplay from the killer. If he picks up the Meg right away, the Claudette player will use Balanced Landing and drop the pallet and rescue, and if they wait, the perks Flip-Flop and Power Struggle will allow the Meg to rescue herself. Do they know about the Flip-Flop Power Struggle? Do they? And the answer is no! Yep, it is.
What? It is. That was all calculated. Oh my god, I can't believe it.
As you can imagine, this little plot that the Survivors pulled off was incredibly damaging for the Huntress's early pressure, but regardless, she managed to down Nia and hook her between 3 generators that were very difficult for the other Survivors to do. It was so difficult to rescue, in fact, that they decided to let Nia hit 2nd stage on the hook, and instead focus on popping the last generator and getting the rescue only at the last possible second, and this led to a really explosive endgame.
Well, Dan is gonna get rescued by Zeka, which probably is the Deliverance player. That's pretty obvious now.
Right.
And he's forcing the Balanced Landing to be procced, and now he's going back to the hook. But
they have decisive!
Yep.
They have decisive. There's no right. The Jake will have deliverance, and this girl will have decisive and Dead Heart afterwards. Oh no!
Ooh, wait. Do they make it? Do they make it?
With Babushka? Oh, they Dead Heart around the corner just in case, just to be safe.
Oof.
Oh, what other perks do they have to help them come back from this? Ooh, a snipe happens. All right, believe it or not, this might be the first time we see 2 kills. No way out with 1 stack is still powerful. Yeah. And a quick reload here. Ooh. Oh, dear Lord, there's no way. No, tell me they won't get her out. Wait, she's... She will have to be bled on the ground. There's no way.
Yes.
There's no way. This combination is like that person right now is already safe. Wait, hold up. Little mistake happened.
Oh, she's in
balance. Oh yeah, that was a sprint burst from Jake to get out of line of sight. And Claudette probably has been spotted, but there's not much the killer can do. They remember that the Meg can rescue themselves. This gate has been 99. No, actually, it's not 99. I think I spot only 2 lights. So this could go both ways. It's really scary. We saw a firecracker to try to prevent an aim in there. Maybe some line of sight that could have helped the hunters get a shot.
This is kind of a stalemate.
It is super tense. I feel like you could go into 3 kills really easily if they made a mistake.
Oh, Jake is being spotted. He doesn't have much distance.
I think this is a down for him. It has to be. Yeah. Okay, a reload. Maybe he's coming. And then pressure the other 2 swabbers. And depending on the unbreakables that are in play, this could or could not work.
So, this is Deli unbreakable, by the way. And I think Silhey knows. Yep. Because Zaka obviously went for the first unhook very aggressively.
Yeah.
And the others didn't. So
you cannot hook this person next to the gates. They will. Yes. Yeah, agitation here comes in handy, making sure that you can go as far as you need. And this killer has just secured 2 kills and nothing else.
Yeah,
nothing else. In fact, it's 1 kill. It's 1 kill. They just have to. Oh my God! Does the killer know that? Does the killer know that? Does the killer go and close the hatch? Oh my God! They wait so that he can't. And they get it. Oh my God. What? They delayed the bloody leaving so the killer couldn't pre-close it. I'm so sorry. That is disgusting.
It's impossible.
That is disgusting. Yeah, if the killer waited by the hatch, he would sprint burst out. If the killer waited by the hook, they would do exactly what you saw. And now it was time for the final Death Slinger round, the one that would decide the actual winner of the showcase. And luckily for a Death Slinger, his ability to reel and pull survivors towards himself would make him safe from the same cheeky strategy that the hunters had to deal with. But this would not be an easy game. In fact, I'm not going to cut out any part or do any highlights. The entire game is absolutely insane. Trust me, you don't want to miss a single second of this. Okay, and it's now time to see what a no-limit Death Slinger can do. So what we see is the usual green reload add-on that shaves off half a second from a normal reload. It's a lot. And then the cigar, which shaves off a whole second from a chain break just like this one. Goodness. Oh, that was...
Nice. Fast hit already.
Good. Our spectator didn't even have time to switch there. That's crazy. So 1 whole second and a half saved from this whole interaction. And this map is so full of holes. There's no way that's...
Oh my God, this is Cigar VG2. This guy's not going to make it out of this area at all. This is
pre-drop was necessary there. Not even optional. Completely necessary. Killer seems to be happy to maybe switch targets to someone else. Oh,
he's trying to make it out of the area.
Yeah. Very, very smart. Making sure... Ooh. No.
Cigar's coming in.
Yeah, it's nice, but Survivor did the exact right play, which is to not resist and make it difficult for that to break on its own. So good effort from both of them. Managed to somehow make it that far. What kind of exhaustion perk allowed that?
Probably lithe, I think. I think that was probably a lithe.
Oh dear, in a bad spot! Oh, they tried to dodge the doorway shot.
Oh, he doesn't shoot that.
There were 2 survivors here. Oh. They must know what is safe. That's a down, surely. Close. You need to get your... Oh, they vaulted that. Fast vaulted it even. Now, that's something that you're familiar with, right, Hans? Can you tell us about that?
Yes. Unlike Dead Hard, you can actually vault into lockers and pallets instantly as soon as the chain breaks, which can be useful. You can also drop pallets, by the way, which is a thing that actually won me a tournament once.
Wow. Well, I don't know. I learned about this really recently, and I had never seen someone pull it off like that. That's really interesting.
I can show you afterwards.
Okay.
That is the early basement hook. So much pressure, but the circle of healing from the survivors. Oh, okay.
Interesting.
That is the Deliverance player. Oh, that is so good for him.
Yup. So we saw in the previous match how the Deliverance player could unhook themselves, and even in an endgame scenario, that meant the difference between 1 and 2 kills. Now that is completely out of the table because there's just no second Deliverance. Oh, for the people gets used, and then the person that used it now hides in one of the 20 million lockers.
Oh my god, that's gonna be so hard to find.
Oh no, the killer just doesn't trust their ability to find them.
He doesn't believe it.
He doesn't believe it. He thinks maybe...
Yeah, he probably thought he missed it. They could also be Lucky Break.
Yeah, it could also be Lucky Break. They could be out of there. It's really hard to know, right?
Oh, that's a better thing shot, I think.
Okay. Interesting.
Cigar values coming through. Let's see if she can get away there. That's going to be hard. Balance landing is already procced here, so...
This window has been vaulted 69 times already. Crazily enough. He can see there's no blood. Yes, but some perks hide blood, so the killer has a really difficult choice. Do they go in the basement and try to check? If they're not there, they lose the game.
Yeah.
So, do you want to do that? I certainly wouldn't risk it. I understand exactly what happened.
The thing is, if the guy's not in the basement, then you lose the game.
You literally lose the game at that time.
That was a great shot, though.
And even if they are in the basement, you are opening one locker, opening another locker, maybe listening for someone that could have Iron Whale or something. It's really risky. Prove thyself, giving value there.
Another basement hook coming out.
That's surprising. That was a really nice shot from them, by the way. I really have to commend these survivors for playing 5 or 6 games now and being absolutely consistent in all of them. We went from 4 gens to potentially 1 gen very soon in the span of just a few seconds. And we're now doing some IKEA renovations around the main, expecting more action to happen here. It's actually really surprising how they managed to get out of basement, but what they need to do now is probably a lot harder. Killer has now seen 2 out of the 3 remaining survivors and has a lot of them. Oh my god, that was a nice idea. Are they gonna let the person hit stage 2, I wonder?
No,
nice.
Going for it.
Yep. Simplifying this. There's many nasty shots to be done here, but survivors are probably well aware of it. Oh, they get themselves a bit stuck in there, but it's not enough.
Oh, does he convert this? Yes, he does.
Good job. We saw another example of how the fastball can be performed immediately after a pallet break. It's very good to know. That's a trick that you can start using today. But it wasn't enough. The Slinger did play that to perfection.
Damn.
Oh! Excuse me!
What?
I thought we had a moment of calmness and we just saw a shot happen. I'm so sorry. I think, Jens, you're watching with a bit of a delay and that probably startled you.
Oh, does she make it out?
Nice. We see exactly how difficult it is to use pallets against this killer since he can pull you out of their area. And now we have 2 people on hook.
No,
this is
kind of funny because the Huntress had so much trouble on the very same pallet.
I know.
Meanwhile, Deathslayer just can shoot around the corner.
Yeah.
That is the second hook, and 2 survivors on the hook, very close together. This is horrible for.
And one of them is dead on hook. And there's no easy way to get through this, man. Remember, if he shoots you in a particularly bad spot, it's not quite as immediate as Huntress, but the cigar is really scary.
And the mech is going to stage 2.
That's 2 survivors. Yeah. That's 2 survivors dead on hook with 3 stacks of no way out, which is a first in today's showcase. Nice. And now, honestly, I wouldn't blame this killer for going for Meg. But as you correctly called out, I think that decisive play... Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Nice job, nice shot. Okay, what's gonna happen? A reload before? No, pick up before reload. Is that a mistake?
Oh, yes, it's gonna come through.
Oh, no, a reload needs to happen. Half a second faster, however. Oh, that was a really good use. Oh, dear lord, a body block is absolutely imperative here. He's trying to look for the gap. He's trying to look for the gap. Oh, no way.
Does he get it?
He gets it! Whoa! The special set! No more second chances.
Oh my god, that was so well played. The Nia didn't quite get the block.
He wants more!
This is so greedy.
The special set of hook too if they go down!
Oh my god. That's one way to proc balance landing. He just dragged her down.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the first kill. And the Jets, I don't think they're going to complete, are they?
I don't know. I'm scared. I'm really scared for these survivors for the first time. Oh. This is very, very exciting with no way out, having this many stacks. Absolutely anything could happen. I'm thinking the more vulnerable survivor is now leaving. Adrenaline on bail was used expertly to make sure that this chase... Ooh, difficult to aim with that. To make sure that this chase is a little bit longer than usual. And this is a fresh hook, I believe. So I don't know if our killer is trying to play this for hook stages or for kills. If they're going for hook stages, this makes plenty of sense, right? But if they're going for kills...
Found someone.
Danny's also dead on hook, I believe. No,
yes,
that could
he is.
be.
That's why he wants to go for Bill, I think. He wants to get as many stages as possible, and he doesn't feel confident getting 2 hooks within the span of 40 seconds.
Honestly, he should feel confident. He has been doing incredible.
Yeah.
And I think these survivors are experiencing a little bit of fear right now.
Oh, the Nia's there to tank a hit, though. So what the survivors are doing now, they don't want to feed him 3 hook stages. The death hook survivor will probably go down for the Bill here, while the Claudette opens one of the gates. That's what I would expect.
Oh, dude.
Yep.
No way. No way! Cigar play absolutely about to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Quick reload, and do they make it anywhere?
The door's not even open yet.
Oh,
so now they
man.
can start opening the gates. 20 more seconds.
But this seems to have secured a situation where no matter what happens, 2 people will get out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's what they're playing for. Now, going into a locker is a common strategy to make sure the killer has a hard time leaving you on the ground and has to commit to dropping you. So I think the survivors are very happy that after being in such a hairy situation, they get 2 people out of that. Incredibly played from them too. And what a performance. How many hook stages are we gonna see in total? It seems like it's gonna be... What is it? 7?
7, yeah. That is a respectable result for sure.
Yeah, honestly.
That was such an explosive start.
That was one of the best Slinger games I've ever seen.
Yeah.
What the hell, dog?